So you were involved in an auto accident or other personal injury matter, and you went to a chiropractor. Well, check out this video to learn how personal injury attorneys and chiropractors work together. And also, watch out for an important point on what you should do every time before you go see a chiropractor. Hi, this is Barry with the LawFull channel. On this channel, you're going to find short videos on the legal topics that affect your life. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And if you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can. Now, let's get into the video. So as a personal injury attorney, I've found that the vast majority of my clients after auto accidents go to see chiropractors. As such, I'm here in Northbrook, Illinois today with Dr. Gregg Gerstin of the Align Wellness Center, and we want him to explain to us some of the common injuries that people suffer after an auto accident. Greg, can you help us out?
Yeah, Barry, definitely, and thank you for having me on your channel. You know, we've worked with car accident cases for over 10 years in helping them to get back to where they were before the accident. And some of the common things that people have problems with wind up being headaches and neck pain. They wind up having difficulty with stress across their shoulders, sprains and strains in their neck. They can have numbness and tingling down their arms as well as in their lower back and down their legs. Some of the really key and important things in regards to these cases is to make sure that the right diagnostic tests have been done, as well as the right diagnosis have been come up with, to attach to the injury the right names so that when they need to be taken care of and when they need to be corrected, the right care is provided for the right period of time, as well as they can wind up be taken care of by the work that you do.
So doctor, tell us about some of the kind of common treatments that you provide to clients after auto accidents.
Yeah. So in our office, we take every case as an individual person to figure out what's gone on and where they need to go. So in our office, we use things like massage therapy, physiotherapies like electric stim and ice, as well as stretching and neuromuscular re-education. We use a chiropractic adjustment as one of the tools to help restore proper motion and take pressure off the nerves to get patients feeling better. And in our office, we specialize in a spinal remodeling process that if any of the normal spinal curves have been lost, we can help them regain them.
So one of the questions people always ask me after an auto accident is how long should they treat for? That's a question I really can't answer. I always leave that to the medical professionals to decide. The one thing that I can tell you is I always tell my clients, focus on your health, not your case. In 12 months, if you're still having neck and head pain after an accident, all the money in the world is not going to help you. So doctor, how long do you usually see people treat for after an accident like that?
And you know, I wish I could tell you the exact time frame, and that's a big challenge in healthcare. You know, with motor vehicle crashes, car accidents, and traumas, everyone's different. And how everyone comes to the crash, trauma, or accident is different. So we take an individualized approach to wind up figuring out where someone is, what's gone on, what damage has occurred to develop a plan to take them forward. And the key is to work on finding the causes of the problem, correcting them so that one, they start to feel better, and two, they start to work better and get back to all the activities of their life that they may have lost.
So one of the important things about getting you compensated for your injuries after an auto accident is having the proper diagnosis. That involves things like ICD codes, but we're not going to talk about those things today. But I would like to ask Dr. Gerstin, what have you seen in terms of diagnoses issues and getting your clients reimbursed for their medical expenses?
Well, one of the biggest keys and important factors towards your supporting the care that needs to be received is that you work with someone who has experience in working with people who have been in car crashes. Now, it's important for you to see your physicians and to work with your physicians, whether it's your primary or an orthopedist, but it's also important to work with someone who has expertise in managing crash cases. And not all primary care physicians focus on it. Thank goodness. We need a lot of them to really be focusing on lifestyle medicine, which they're outstanding at, and managing your day-to-day health. This is a unique piece of healthcare that, if not taken care of, can cause long-term problems and disability.
Now, in terms of seeing a primary care physician, they're still really critical to the process. One thing that I've heard over and over again from auto insurance companies is that they like to see that the accident victim went to their primary care physician before they sought alternative treatment. And so I still suggest to people, go to your primary care physician, and then after that, then go to your chiropractor or whatever the kind of medical care that you need is. So the last thing that I want to talk about is something called gap in treatment. Now, it's something that insurance companies capitalize all the time to try and deny your recovery for your medical bills and your pain and suffering. How does gap in treatment work out in terms of your part of this area?
Well, what I've found in practice is that when someone has an injury, the sooner that we can assess what's going on and start to help them on a road to recovery, the better and quicker the recovery happens. So we look for patients to come as soon as they can to wind up getting checked to determine what needs to be done. One of the great things about working with a chiropractor like our office is that in most cases, we have availabilities within a day or two for someone to get that process started.
Hey, Dr. Gregg, thank you very much for allowing us to film here today and joining us on our YouTube channel.
Thanks for having me.
If you'd like to check out Dr. Gregg's YouTube channel, I put a link to it in the show notes below, and please subscribe to his channel and ours as well. Okay, now it's time for your take on the law. Were you involved in an auto or other personal injury accident and saw a chiropractor? How did it work out for you? Tell us about us in the show comments below. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can.